going to take your interview, and it is, as you know, that this interview is divided into three parts: part one, part two, and part three, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for part two, you have to speak about 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Are you full-time student or you do some part-time job also?
Currently, I'm working as a nurse at
Right.
Namaste Hospital, and also I'm preparing for the IELTS exam as well.
What is the practical importance of your study that you are supposed to study abroad? So, what is the practical importance of that education back in your country?
I guess after I move to the UK, I'll be able to get the knowledge and skills, which is actually something new. Will be something new to our country, as we don't have all those facilities and the policies that we practice in the UK. So for that reason, also I would like to go and practice over there, so I can bring all those skills and just implement it here.
Good. Could you please tell me the working environment of the place where you currently working in?
Well, actually, I'm working as an in charge in this hospital at Namaste Hospital. It's in the emergency department, and we do have like 5 beds. It's not very big hospital actually, and also we don't have a large number of people working. It's a small hospital, but having said that, we do get a lot of patients in the emergency department.
Could you please tell me something about your ancestral place?
Actually, I come from this place called Lake Nath, which is not that far from here, and it's also called the Garden of Seven Lakes. It's a beautiful place, but yeah, there are people who mostly the people who are living there do farming. Yeah, and there are, I guess, around maybe 80,000 people living right in there now.
Could you please tell me something very special features of your village that you would like to describe about?
Yeah, as I said earlier, we have this 7 lakes in this town, and 2 lakes are especially famous, and they are Rupa Lake and Bednas Lake. Apart from that, it's a very typical kind of village where people actually do farming from as their profession. And also it has got a lot of infrastructural developments, such as road, and also there are a lot of schools and colleges as well. And recently there are, I guess, 2 or 3 new hospitals which has been opened.
What do you think about the proper development of the place where you live in right now? So, if I ask you that what two major developments you want to see in the place where you live in, then what should be those two projects and the development activities that you would like to recommend?
I think it has to get a lot of more hospitals, I guess, because there are only few at the moment, because there aren't many, there aren't specific facilities that the hospitals provide right now. So I would say that would be the one thing that I would like to see to be changed. And the other thing would be the transport, obviously, because the roads are not gravelled everywhere. Sometimes you have to actually take the rough roads, and which is not a good experience. And as I said earlier, most of the people, they do farming, and because of that, most of the farmers, they can't bring their products to the market on time. So for that reason, I would say hospitals and the road transport would be the
Very good.
yeah.
The city where you live in present definitely is a growing city, and
Yeah.
there might be many problems. So, if I ask you that what two major problems that your city is grappling with, then what would be your answer?
Well, that would be the first one would be the water pollution. As I can see, people are throwing a lot of garbages in the rivers and the streams which are flowing around my town. So that is one concern that the government or the local authorities, they should actually be concerned about. And the other thing would be obviously the noise pollution, I guess. Yeah, there are like a lot of vehicles actually running every day, and there is no any restrictions on or ban, restrictions on not uh, producing such huge sounds. And so these are the things.
Good, your time is over.
All right.
Now we are going to start part 2.
Okay.
And part 2, I'm going to give you a cue card. There is one question, and a few instructions are also given here.
Yeah.
And I give you this part 2 question and your pencil, and I give you this piece of paper also, so you can make little notes, and after then you can speak for about 2 minutes. You have 1 minute time.
All right.
Okay, your time is over. Please start speaking.
All right, so today I'd like to tell you about this beautiful place where I actually visited last year, and it's in the Lomjung district, and it's called Nadi. I love this place because it is a beautiful place with a lot of natural beauty, and also it lies in the Lomjung district. The other thing is to get there. Actually, from Pokhara, you can take either a bus or a car from Pokhara to Besisar, which is the headquarter of the Lomjung district. And from there, you actually have to either you can walk or you can actually take a bus from there, which will take you around 1 hour to get to this place called Nadi. And the place is popular because of its flora and fauna, also the people who are residing at the moment, and the culture and the tradition which I explored after getting there is amazing. It's something that I've never seen before. Most of the people who are living right now are from the Gurung background, and they have their own culture and traditions, which you hardly get to see in other places. And the hospitality of the people is great, as the people are very kind and very helpful, as well as cooperative as well. And after getting there, actually I got to see a lot of their cultural dances, and also the songs they play, as well as the instruments they actually use, those old instruments which we hardly get to see nowadays. So those were the things which impressed me a lot. Uh, Apart from that, I have seen actually being so close to the headquarter of the Lomjung district. It is not so well developed, as there is no proper communication. There's no proper communications ways, and
All right, your time is over.
okay.
So I take it back. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a few questions related to the main part of the question. Why do you think people visit to different places?
Well, I guess to explore the place itself, and also to get to know the culture and the tradition of that place. And people also, they actually can feel relaxed after actually traveling to new places, and it just gives them the opportunity to just explore new things.
Do you feel some changes as far as the nature and pattern of tourism is concerned in your city, especially not the country, but in your city? So, do you see any sort of change in pattern or nature of tourism in your town?
Yeah, to some extent, I guess. As I remember, when I was a child, at that time there were not much facilities which I can see right now, especially around this lake called Begnas Lake. A lot of the projects has been developed in restaurants and the hotels business, and also they have actually invested a lot of money in looking after the lake, actually not to pollute the lake, and also to give a lot of entertainment for the visitors.
If I ask you one place you should recommend for your foreign friends who visit to Nepal, then which one place particularly you would like to advise them?
Well, it depends actually. If someone is interested in doing trekking, or just exploring mountainous regions, then I would ask them to visit this Tilicho Lake, which is in Manang district. But if someone is looking for the relaxing kind of holiday, then I would recommend the Pokhara city, because it has got a lot of things to do, such as paragliding, and this jeep rope, and also they can actually do boating.
Do you think that the government of your country paying adequate amount of attention for preserving the countryside, as well as normally that we see that urban areas development is going on, but they ignore the development in the countryside? So do you think that this balance has been maintained properly by the government of your country or the local government of your town?
Actually, I don't think so. As I have been to the village, which I told you earlier as well, in Lamjung, as I can see there are a lot of opportunities for development, and which is lagging behind. I think government should actually focus on the countryside as well, as much as they focus on uh, the urban areas nowadays. For instance, in the villages, they don't have proper schools, and they don't have proper hospitals yet, so they have to travel quite a long distance to get all these facilities. So for this reason as well, a lot of people, they are actually dying, they're losing their lives in the villages. And also the students of the villages, they don't have proper education. They just after they complete, some of them they do complete till grade 10, but some of them they don't, and if they don't, they actually last going to abroad countries.
All right, now I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you last question. When we go for the journey, some people advise that they say that we should avoid people, new people, strange people, because we don't know them.
Yeah.
So it could be risky making developing friendship with them.
Yeah.
Other people, they suggest that no, when we go out for traveling, then we have to make friends. So this is an opportunity to learn something from them. So what do you think? Should we
Well,
make friends?
uh,
Should we go open?
well, it has got its, as you said, it has got its pros and cons. Sometimes, it depends on the person you are talking to. Some people, they do have good intentions, and some may not. So, if you actually get to know whom you are talking to, and what kind of, you will get to know within few minutes that what kind of person he or she is. So, it depends on you to realize who you are talking to. And obviously there are a lot of advantages to it, as you will get to know the new person, his or her new perspectives and opinions. And having said that, there are a lot of disadvantages as well, as you may risk your life sometimes. They can just literally harm you, or they can also rob you in some ways. So yeah, it has got its own benefits and demerits.
So, Jyoti, thank you
Yeah.
very much for this interview. Our interview is over,
Yeah, you're
and
welcome.
I wish you all the best for the real and the final examination. And maintain the same spirit and self confidence.
All right,
And I speak in the similar manner. I'm very sure you will be able to convince and impress the examiner as well.
all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.